From Working Title headquarters in Baltimore, Maryland, it's ITRS with Jordan BDJ Taylor. Tonight's guest, Baltimore recording artist Dan Manchin, and founder of Live Forever Records, John Wells. And now for the host of ITRS, BDJ.
What's up, y'all? Back for another week. It is I, your boy BDJ, aka BD from the county, aka the voice of the county, aka I see the game like Romo, aka I see the game like Lamar, aka I host that shit like Score Swayze. You might know me. Yes, sir. I like to get applause. You might know me from my work on this show. This is episode 3 of ITRS. You might know me from my work with the demotape.com. You might know me from my work with the Record Title podcast. You might know me from my work with Black Yo Institute. You might not know me from anywhere at all. This might be your first time ever seeing me and you're like, what the fuck is he talking about? But listen, we're here. ITRS season 2. We got my boy Score in the background, executive producer, working the soundboard. Yes. And we have 2 very special guests today. Coming up first, we have the good brother, Dan Manchin. I'm about to bring Dan out to the stage. Well, I guess the virtual stage. So, Dan, go ahead and mute from me. Go ahead and make some noise, show some love. How you feeling, bro?
What up?
I see you got some brothers in the back cooking out. Shout out, brother.
Oh, yeah. Shout out, Master Bruce back there, Yeah, man. We cooking up a little bit.
Side. You love it. So, bro, which is as is customary with every interview on ITRS, and I want to compliment you on your microphone real quick before I get into my whole spiel, because that's a pretty impressive microphone you had there.
Oh, yeah.
Do we got a record scratch button for that one?
I do, but I don't want to use it.
Anyway, impressive microphone. But, bro, the way we start off every interview on ITRS is with the origin story. So let the people know, let the boys know back at home how you became Dan Manchin.
All right. I mean, that's funny. It's kind of a very anticlimactic story, but here we go. So, I've always been around music since I was real little. My dad would play records and everything. My dad's white, by the way, biracial and everything, but he was always down with all types of bands. He was playing Earth, Wind and Fire. He was playing Isley Brothers, all types of shit. And then but I was also listening to like rock music, and then rap music came through. I started really paying attention to that in the early 2000s and everything. And then
the first like artist you listened to on both the rap side and the rock side?
The first rapper I ever really heard that where I was like, okay, I understand what's going on, it was probably like Mace.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until Busta Rhymes really put me in. Like, he really was the one where I was like, oh, you can really do some weird shit and like and be a rapper. I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. But like from there, I was like, yeah, I was really into drawing and like art, like visual art. And then I started doing that. And then I was like, I wanted to be a DJ. I was all over the place. It was just, I always wanted to create and shit. So I was like, I wanted to be a DJ. My 11th birthday, my mom took me to a guitar shop, fucking Guitar Center. I saw a guitar. Instead, I played it. I was like, yo, I want to play this. Like, I don't want to be a DJ anymore. Fuck it, I want to play guitar. So then I started playing that for a long time. And then I got a band in high school, played guitar in that. And then the band kind of broke up. Our drummer went to the Air Force. Shout out Denzel.
That's a crazy origin story, but I'm sorry.
Right, well, yeah. I mean, yeah, this is more my life shit. And then the Dan Manchin shit happens, like, once the band ended, I was like, yo, I really want to keep doing music, but, I can't be like a one-man band. Well, you can now, but I was like, nah, I want to see what else I can do. And then, like, during band practice, we would always rap and stuff. Like, the drummer would just play some shit and we just start rapping and fucking around or whatever. And then, like, I always liked that shit. And then I was like, always downloaded the FL Studio Fruity Loops, like, demos where you couldn't save shit, make stupid beats, and then just, like, discard it. So I was like, all right, let me see what I can do with this rap shit. And then I started, like, learning how to produce. I started producing first. And then I was like, I wanted to get real good with that because I thought that was like the coolest thing to do. And I was like trying to give my beats to people, and they were like, "Oh man, this sound whack, blah blah blah. It don't sound like Mike Will made it, or yada yada." Whoever was hot at the
What did
time.
it sound like? If you got like I don't know. I feel like some people have a style that is kind of reminiscent of somebody. So is there a producer that those early beats kind of skewed towards, or was it just like random? What the fuck?
It was kind of random, but I feel like subconsciously or whatever, I was probably making some shit like, you know, the Buster shit I was hearing, Hands Where My Eyes Can See, weird ass beats like that, Missy Elliott, Timbaland. Timbaland's like my favorite producer of all time.
There we
So,
go. Okay,
yeah,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
So him. And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna start rapping. And then that's when Tumblr started popping off real heavy. And I made a Tumblr, and I named the Tumblr Dapper Dan's Mansion. And I was like, all right, that sounds kind of cool. And then I just dropped the Dapper. I was like, I'm gonna just start making shit under that. Yeah. You said why that? This rapper named MF Doom. He had this one song where he was like, Dapper Dan, dipped in pretend, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right. It just always rung out to me. And I was like, all right, Dapper Dan's Mansion. That's just going to be what my Tumblr's called. You can come to the house. Yeah. All that. So I just started with that. And then I just kept going with that.
That's slick. Shout out to the legend Dapper Dan. That's slick as shit.
Yeah, man.
You recently dropped Pink Noise.
Yes.
Take me a little bit into I guess what I like to ask is, because I know like I'm a creative myself. Like I get into a zone when I'm interviewing you. This is like the equivalent of when you would go in the studio. So
for sure.
Give me a glimpse into your mindset when you walked into create your last project. What was going through your mind? What were you trying to get across? What was your intentions for it? Oh shit!
After you complimented it too.
ITRS, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, I was making the songs on Pink Noise I've been making for a really long time. Like, even when I was making other projects, I was still like keeping that on the back burner a little bit. I had these beats that I would make that didn't really go with other projects I was doing and stuff like that. So I was like, but I really want to use these. These are fire. So I'm gonna just keep those. And then the pandemic hit earlier this year, and I was just like in the middle of just like not making music. I just dropped something like a couple months before that. And I was like, yeah, I really want to make some shit. And then I was like, but I didn't want to just make the same shit I was always making. And it was like, according to the times and everything, I was, you know, in my feelings and everything on my Drake light-skinned individual shit. Like, oh, everything's going to end. Everything's going to end. So I was like, yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm going to start making songs. I'm gonna start making songs that are a little bit more personal, but still able to be danced to and shit. So I was like, all right, Pink Noise. Pink was like one of my favorite colors. It's just, I don't know, real men wear pink.
What's your favorite songs were on Pink Noise?
My favorite song? It changes a lot, but I feel like my favorite song overall would probably be like Wine and Dine, or a song called Spoon, CP Time. I really like Wine and Dine. I really like Wine and Dine because I was really like in my bag on that one. It wasn't really a rap song. It was more like an R&B, like house type shit. I really like that stuff. So yeah.
And bro, I feel like you're in the perfect era because now more so than ever, it's like you can do the R&B thing and the rap thing, and you can, you know what? I feel like you just have so much freedom and so much in your sandbox to play with, and that's one thing that I noticed just listening to the music or looking at your social media, just looking at how you've been moving. It's like I feel like you are 100% you in all these spaces, and that's really dope to see.
Yeah, I always been this way. I always liked video games, anime, comic books, but I also like a whole bunch of like stupid shit. I still like going to the club, still like strippers, all that cool shit. It's like it's like the cool nerd type syndrome. Like, you know, I like everything. But some people don't like certain things I like. It wasn't deemed as cool or whatever. But I'm not one of those people like, oh, they hating on people that like shit back in the day and whatever. But because people like whatever they like. But I always kept to what I liked and never changed it because of what other people thought.
And that shows through because two of my favorite tracks are The Project, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Let's talk some wrestling, man. How big of a wrestling fan are you?
Oh man. You opening up the shits now. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
No, I'm a wrestling fan for sure. Yeah. Like not now,
Yeah,
I
I'll
mean,
ask
like,
what's your favorite era? I think that's the easiest way to ask that question to people.
yeah, like I guess what people call the Attitude Era, the '90s,
Boss.
uh, D-Generation X, Shawn Michaels, all that good shit. Like when wrestling was when people knew it was kind of fake, but they still wanted to believe it and whatever. Like the characters were good enough for people to watch, but now everybody knows it's fake. They don't even really give a shit no
Yeah.
more.
What was your favorite?
Definitely Shawn Michaels, and I really liked Stone Cold Shawn Michaels, and Rey Mysterio. Yeah, those guys.
Yeah, bro. When you talk about that era, it's really like no bad answers. I was like,
I know.
it was like whoever you say, I'm probably gonna be like, you know what? I'm not mad at that. I'm not
Right,
mad.
they were
At
actually good. Like everybody was good,
yeah,
even the girls, like China, all that shit. Shit was good.
exactly. So what's next for Dan Mansion?
Uh, More videos, more shit about Pink Noise. But I mean, at the same time, I'm moving on. Like personally, I'm moving on making more music on the low, but I guess not low anymore. Medium low. But
Breaking news.
you said what?
I said breaking news.
Oh yeah, exclusive.
Yeah,
But nah, I'm making more shit. Mostly just beats and ideas, but I'm really trying to work on the business side of things. I feel like that's what's always been fucking me up in the past. Like I'll make music all day.
I feel the same exact way, bro.
Right. I'll make music all day. I'll record features, whatever. But like promotion, like rollouts, all types of like the behind the scenes
The
shit.
actual work,
Yeah,
the shit that makes it really a job. You feel me?
yeah, the business side of the music business.
Doing this is
That's,
the fun part. Making the music is the fun part, but it's the other part where you really earn your, where you really earn your keep. The shit that we
right,
hate doing. So I'm
right.
in that same boat. So I feel it.
I'm trying to work on that. So like you're just gonna see a lot more of me, and maybe not doing music, but just me in general.
Yeah, I respect it. Any
Yeah.
last words? Any shout outs? Anything you want to plug, promote? Anybody you want your love to?
Yeah, I mean, shout out everybody that supports me, everybody in the Baltimore city, really, everybody in Baltimore City, everybody in the Baltimore music scene, everybody doing shit out there. K, cause he like Be More Alien, however you want to call him.
That's what I call it.
He's done a lot for a lot of people, but like me personally, he's also done that for me. He gave me my first show. Him and Toyo Mancy.
Oh, was it 808s?
Yeah, it was the
How was that?
808s.
Let's talk about that before we go. Let's give it. You got any cool story or any cool like recollection of that night, so we can reminisce. We can all reminisce about being outside again real quick.
Right. The first show was like it was all right. I feel like I was still trying to learn my performance techniques and shit like that. But like 3 808s down the line, when I was really in my bag, I was like, I performed this one song that I just created. It was something like Brock Lesnar. It was like a real rager banger type shit. Mm-hmm. And I did it, and everybody was like moshing with me and everything. It was my first real like crowd experience. And I was like, yeah, man, that's really what solidified, like, yeah, I really want to do this. This is what I want to do.
That's what's up, bro. Well, that's beautiful. Gotta get some applause for that one.
Yeah.
Special thank you to the good brother Dan Mansion. Can't wait to talk to you again, bro. On the other side of the commercial break, we will have the one and only John Wells, aka Lord Luck. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Swayze. Now, I don't celebrate this pagan capitalist holiday, but what I do celebrate is the best Christmas ever Christmas album. You'll hear songs from your favorite artists such as Sam Cooke, L. Cook, Tidal, and Beth Banger, with such hits such as Baby It's Cold Outside, Wanted, Wishlist, Lil Glacier, Xmas Bitch, and more. You'll find all of your holiday favorites this holiday season from Best Music.
Call 1-800-SAVE-A-HO to order 2 copies of the best Christmas ever for only $69.99 plus shipping and handling when you use your credit card. Call now or just be a hoe.
ITRS is brought to you by Swayze TV. It's just fucking television. And Working Title Podcast. Catch all new episodes 11 a.m. every Monday morning. Back to the show.
Yes, sir, and we're back. Hope y'all enjoyed the interview we just did with Dan Manchin, and I hope y'all enjoyed the elaborate advertisements that I'm sure scored. Damn, that's like a fucking what's it called?
That I'm sure scored did.
And I'm sure scored did. That's like what a nursery rhyme, a riddle, a tongue twister, whatever the fuck you call them joints. But listen, we're back with a man I know for a minute, man. A guy that when I started doing this whole thing, he was starting around the same time. So it's gonna be cool to take this little trip down memory lane with him. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen of the ITRS audience, for John Wells.
You hear me well? Cool.
Good, bro. How you feeling?
I'm good, bro.
Love to hear, love to hear. I love the tapestry you have done. Is that called tapestry or tie-dye? Whatever the fuck you
Yeah,
call
that's
it.
a tapestry.
Yeah, you know, I learned a little something in college. I degree. I learned about tapestry or two. So look, bro, let's just start from the top, because if I'm not mistaken, what was your first show?
My first show ever was Art Show 2.
Our show too, around Motor House.
Mm-hmm. It was Graffiti Alley Warehouse.
Graffiti Alley, back. That's a real throwback back in the
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was actually the first show that me and Justice covered as a part of the demo set.
Yeah.
The first ever show we stepped out to, bro. So seeing you from that point to this point today is just very dope. Let's go through your feelings when you first started out. Like, what led you to that point where you were at Graffiti Alley to do that show?
So I started off back when I was like 15 and shit, and I was just kind of doing it with my homeboys in school and stuff like that, and it wasn't too serious for real. But then, you know, me and Scotty went to the same school for real, and we, you
Shout
know,
out to Scotty Banks.
yes sir, and that was my man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when I started picking up with music, it started, you know, he started paying attention and stuff like that. So, he was just on some shit like, yo, I'm trying to start a record label, blah, 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 blah. I want you to be part of it. And, you know, essentially I was kind of his artist for real. And, you know, he put together a lot of different things for me. And one of them things was, you know, getting me on that show. And yeah, and that show didn't go too well for me neither, but, you know.
Why didn't you know what happened, bro?
It was my first show ever. I was nervous. I got like really bad stage fright for real.
You still got it?
Huh?
You still got that stage fright?
It, you know, not really. But, you know, with my last show, it felt like it was about to get to me, but I've realized how to, you know, how to maneuver through it. But with Art Show 2, that shit kind of got the best of me, you know what I'm saying? I went in there and, like, already my attitude was like, all right, well, let's just get this over with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was, I feel like that's like you can't really expect to do super well if that's your attitude going into something, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, I got on, I performed, and I was nervous as a motherfucker. And
you had your dogs with you, right? And then
yeah. David,
you had Scotty, right? That didn't help alleviate none of the.
No, cause no, it was just like a me thing for real. And you know, I was performing my song to Jump Off halfway through, and my man Styles Bond was the DJ here. And I say that because he's going on to do some great things too. But in the middle of my song to Jump Off, the song cut off, and I was just like, you know what? This is a good place to stop. So I just cut my performance right there for real. And yeah, bro, like from there, me and Scotty was like, I was like 19 I was 18 at the time. and I didn't have a car or nothing. I didn't even have my license or nothing like that. And Scotty basically drove me everywhere I was going and shit.
That's what's up.
Yeah, but so Scotty, me and Scotty drove home. Scotty was going like in the other direct. We live in Middle River and shit. This man Scotty was going west down North Avenue. So I'm like, all right, this man's about to kill me and leave me there because I just did terrible at this performance. But
That's
yeah,
fun.
man. Yeah, man.
What performance was the first one you feel like you knocked it out the park?
First one I knocked it out the park was open art mic.
Okay, tell me about that.
I had a plan going into it. I was like, it also was probably like 5 people in that motherfucker at the time. Chris Cassius was one of them people too. He was like standing right in front of me and shit. YTK was in the back. And also this was like a whole Beam House performance. So it was like me, Dave, and Scotty. But Dave, you know, Scotty was always on some shit like, yo, you the greatest. You can't be, you know, leaning on us to, you know what I'm saying, like be your hype man. I'm not, you know, I'm not saying that to like hype myself up or anything like that, make myself sound good. It's just like that's just what he always said. So he was just like, yo, you gotta get comfortable, you know, doing this shit on your own. And so I go out there, he tells me freestyle, like start the show with the
Acapella,
freestyle.
right?
Yeah. So
That's it.
yeah, so you know, he said that's the way to draw the crowd in at the very beginning. So, you know, that's just what I did. And like I said, it was like 5 people, but it caught their attention. Everybody was looking at the song. And you know, then after that, from there, Scotty and Dave come out and we was just vibing. And I remember me and Scotty, you know, walking around the corner. I think we walked across the street to McDonald's. This was at Motor House. And like I said, we walked across the street to McDonald's afterwards, and motherfuckers was like walking up to us like, yo, y'all killed that, blah, 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 blah. So like that kind of solidified it for us. Like, all right, we killed that, you know what I'm saying? So
And that was what, like 2016, right?
yeah, that was like June 2016.
So fast forward a little bit. I know yeah, your career is kind of like ebb and flow from my perspective. It's like
Yeah,
boom, boom, boom. I know another highlight for you was when Dark Side 1 came out.
yeah.
Let's talk about that, because that was a really good project. I felt like, and I felt like that was a culmination of sorts where you were like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
We got some coherent, cohesive shit right here. We
Yeah,
got something that we can take to such and
uh-huh.
such over here, such and such over there, and be like, nah, it's really nice. So
Yeah.
give me your thoughts on that, what that time period was like for you.
You know, I wasn't like, I feel like the best thing about my music is that I don't, well, no, I'm not gonna say like for my entire music career, I haven't thought a lot about it. But in that, you know, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna make a project. And, you know, I feel like that's how the best art gets made for real. Like it's just like you're not thinking too hard about it. You don't overthink it. It just, you know, happens for real. And, you know, um, you you make your shit, and I was just on some like
That's a very poetic explanation, bro.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
I feel inspired. You know, you just sit up in there, you make some shit.
yeah,
You make your
yeah.
shit. No, that's real shit, bro. You gotta let it.
No, for real.
You gotta let it. You all right? This is what I learned about like creating anything. You feel me? Force yourself to create. All you can do is manipulate the environment around yourself to where you want to create, when you feel comfortable creating.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was just like, you know, I was in a head. Well, I mean, I'm always in a headspace. Like I want to make some music, and you know, I was just made that music. I said, all right, I'm gonna put a project out this year. And Scotty was just always on some shit like, yo, we gotta do this as big as possible. I know we not, you know, we not drug dealers and shit. We don't got a bunch of bread stashed away to just put, you know, into the music and shit. And we don't got necessarily an investor for real, but we got a bunch of resources in the sense that like, you know, we damn near do everything ourselves and shit. So, you know, I was just like, yo, let's have a party for this shit. I feel like that's the highlight of the whole Dark Side One shit, because that was when I realized, like, all right, I can do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I can bring a bunch of people in the same space, and you know, it's because of me. You know what I'm saying? Like I can bring people out for real. And you know, we put that together, and at first I was like, man, ain't nobody here. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that's just like your initial reaction whenever you like try to host an event for real. Because I've done that shit like twice now, and same shit every time. But eventually, hella people show up for real. I'm like, you know, and like I said, we put all that shit together ourselves. You know, you build a relationship with the people that, you know, are your real estate at the time. Like I said, we don't got that shit, but we can get that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you know what I'm saying? My man Jay at Angel Park Boutique in Fells Point, he told us like, yo, you can host a party here. You can do it for free. You don't gotta pay me. I'll even, you know, get some food. I got the plug for the chicken wings around the corner and shit. You know what I'm saying? And he was just on some shit like, yo, bring some people to my store, and that's how you pay me back, because it's like free advertising for him for real.
Is that spot still open?
Say it again.
Is the spot still open?
Yes, sir.
Angel Park Boutique, that's what it's called?
Yes, and it's on Alexander Street. It's right where, if anybody watching this is like a real, you've been paying attention to Baltimore for a while. It's right where FedEx and the currency store used to be and all that shit. It's it's called Angel Park Boutique. Right next to it is Catwalk.
In the back, his ears perked up and his eyes lit up when you said FedEx.
Yeah. That's a throwback. No, I saw my man Los freestyle for 25 minutes in FedEx when I was like 14 years old. That shit was crazy.
That's what's up, bro. We kind of set the stage for your career to this point, but I'm sure this year you found more than enough reason to be proud of yourself. You know a lot, bro. Dropped like Jordan, dropped Silk and Money.
Yeah.
You got motherfucking million views on. Is it multiple videos or the same video? I just can't tell.
Across 5 different videos, I've done well over 1 million views. You know what I'm saying? Probably something like 1,040,000, something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so take me into that mindset too, because I feel like the things that I'm seeing people quote on your videos, or the things that I'm seeing people say are the same things that people been saying for years. Like, yo can really nice, or yo, like, you feel me? Like, how do you? Okay, here's a good question for you. How do you keep from getting that stigma of I'm just another white rapper? Because I'm sure that you're getting that with all these extra eyes on you too, or like people say, or people seeing you as like, you know, you're just here to fill a niche. So how do you show them like, nah, like I'm really true to this? Because we just talked about 2016, 2017, 2018, but a motherfucker seeing your clip on Twitter and don't know your history. And how you combat that?
I mean, I just do me at the end of the day. Like I'm, you know, I get, you know, probably 25% of these comments is like, yo, you remind me of Mac Miller. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, and it's like, obviously, like, I don't sound like Mac Miller. I mean, you could, there's a slight, you know, similarity, but I don't sound like Mac Miller.
You don't sound like Mac Miller. I'll tell you that right now.
You said what?
You don't sound like Mac Miller.
Yeah, no. It's just, you know, it is what it is. Motherfuckers, you know, see a white boy, I got a beard, and, you know,
yeah,
red, you know what I'm saying?
You know, because it's the same, like, you feel me? It's the same, like, attire, the same, like, when I first seen you, Scotty was like, yo, he looked like somebody like Farmer Dad. He really rap, he really spit. He's like, that's how we sell it. And I'm like, okay, I'm fucking with it then. Yeah. Hey. Yeah, man. Like, has anything changed for you since you've been getting these views? Have you seen like a rise of, like, I don't know, people buying your merch, or demand for your merch, or like demand for, or like your numbers in Bandcamp? Are you starting to see like a return on your investment? Like how have things changed since you've had this great year?
I mean, see, when you said has anything changed, I was like, all right, what's the negative shit that has changed? But no, I mean, for sure, I made like I mean, this isn't like, I mean, in comparison to what I was doing before, this is a crazy number, but this isn't any crazy number. I did like, $1,000 in over the course of like 2 months on Bandcamp off of merch and stuff like that. And I should probably stop saying Bandcamp because I'm not fucking with Bandcamp right now. They kind of jerking me, but yeah,
All right, John, I handled
yeah, fuck them motherfuckers. But like as I've realized, I came into Lucky Jordan and stuff like that with the mindset like, all right, I'm gonna go on Bandcamp, and my homeboy said some crazy shit to me. I mean, it's like some obvious shit, but it just was like, all right,
crazy shit.
But he was like, yo, if you get 1,000 people to buy your project for $10, you got $10,000 right there. Even if Bandcamp take that little 15% or whatever, that like that's still a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? And I was because y'all been paying attention to me. Not everybody been paying attention to me, but motherfuckers can remember back to when I used to motherfuckers might not know that I was doing this, but like when Dave dropped Nights and it got to trending in Baltimore, and we got Tim Trees tweeting it and shit like that. I mean, we all behind it, but I was kind of like, I was like, I could hit like 90 DMs in an hour and be like, yo, tweet Nights by Daveology, blah, 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 blah. I was just on some shit like, man, I got access to 5,000 people, like across Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, right? If I hit all of them, or even a percentage of them, there's a very good possibility I can get like 250 people to buy that, and that's 2,500, and that's enough to pay my bills for the month.
Yeah, real shit though.
And I came into it with that mentality. Then I realized like that ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a way bigger numbers game. You gotta get in front of way more people. And when I dropped the 10 carats video on Twitter, it got to a bunch of people, and I don't know. Well, I kind of know why at this point, but like I saw that as like my opening. Like, all right, I'm gonna run through here, get the touchdown for real, and I kept pushing that song, and that's when I started seeing like real, monetary gain. You know what I'm saying? Like people was buying the project, and then I started realizing like, all right, most of these motherfuckers ain't even on Bandcamp, and they're not trying to go on Bandcamp to listen to my music. So I decided to put it on. Streaming services and shit like that, right? So I did that, and now I'm up to. I mean, I seen my man YTK put up his numbers this year, and he did like 900 bands on Spotify alone and shit like that. That's crazy. But I'm set. Like I did like 20 bands, and that's like that's good for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm satisfied with that, and because I took a lot of time off. You know what I'm saying? Like shit was slow for me, and when that happens, it's
Yeah, bro. But you're doing a good job recapturing your momentum, getting back to the swing of things. I will say. Real quick, we're about to wrap up, but I want you to give a good plug and explain what Good Days World is.
Good Days World is the brand, which is owned by my beautiful girlfriend who is upstairs. You know what I'm saying? She makes clothes that are inspired by the idea that we want to make the world a better place in our head. You know what I'm saying? Where she works in a field where mental health is very important, and she is going to school to get a degree in a field where mental health is very important, and it's just a very important thing to her. So she uses that to fuel her creativity. And y'all should buy some clothes from Good Days World at gooddaysworld.com. You can follow my girl at ManiyaXO on Instagram. That's MANIYAXO, and at Good Days World on Instagram. Also on Twitter. Same for both of them. And yeah, there we go.
Yeah, man, it's just dope to see both. Clap it up. It's dope to see both of you and her both making plays with the merch, because you got your t-shirt line, you got some dope shit coming, and she got some dope shit on her side. So it's cool to see a couple that is both producing things that are uniquely them. So
yes, sir. Also, she is the printer for my clothes. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We work together in that sense. But yeah.
That's dope. Very dope, bro. You got any last words, any promo, anything people need to know before we get up out of here?
LFMB, less funerals, more birthdays. We live forever, survive when stay true, stay solid, stay positive. 1045 live forever records. Good Days World. Shout out my girl. Shout out Scotty Banks. Shout out to me. Shout out to BGJ. Shout out to Score. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Demo Tape. Shout out for Niggle Park. And yeah.
But yeah, before we go, John, I have to break fourth wall for this. I was the one that did like all the typing for the episode, this episode for your edit. And I wanted to tell that story of like essentially that beginning of like our show, and then like the rise to power into like 2020, to really give you a glimpse of like you really, from my personal experience, me breaking fourth wall, this is Score talking here. You really went to fucking stratosphere in no time. So me personally, on a personal level, I have to thank you for all the hard work that you've been doing.
Thank you, fellas, because I tend to feel like I'm not doing enough sometimes. So I appreciate you guys.
Part of being you. And listen, this is your golden microphone. John Wells, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
We'll be back next week. Same time, same place. Or we're on YouTube, so you can just binge us like the big kids and binge this shit. Yeah, we can just binge it. But hey, it's your boy BJ for Sports Swayze. For Swayze TV, for the working title, for all the boys back home. Peace.